Alrighty, everybody. We're going to try a nighttime one, okay? Just because I'm so stuck for time at the moment, kiddos and stuff like that. So we're going to do pulling punches. I'll show you the bones of this thing. They're still shouting up there. Look, kids. I'm gonna show you the bones of this thing. It's one of these tunes that everybody's got an opinion on how it was played, and the truth is we don't know because there's no video. All you can do is listen to it, and when you listen to it isolated, you hear stuff like this, stuff like that. And there's two ways he could be doing that. One is he's doing the old Bernard Edwards trick of like thumping with his thumb, which is possible. And in fact, sometimes I listen to it and I think it's more than possible. It might be probable. And then using your thumb and your forefinger as a pick without picking it like this. Do I think it's not? The truth is I don't know. But it sounds a lot more percussive to me than that. I haven't said that. I've seen Bernard Edwards from Chic do it and you'd swear it was a pick, but it's not the same. So all I can say is that I played it with a pick because I think on the balance of probabilities, that's probably what it is, you know? You're hearing a lot of the string noise because I have the microphone open, but it's just hard to know. Personally, unless you can play that technique really well, which I can't play for toffee. Unless you can do that, use a pick. I'll tell you what it isn't. It isn't his fingers. He's not playing like that. I've seen one guy do it. Actually, it was very good. But you're missing all that stuff that's going on. Like, for sure, this section. That. All these bits. That's going the whole time. And it creates a rhythm, you know. So anyway, let's. I'll play the first bit. I'll show you the riff. I will say that it's a bit awkward doing this stuff. I'm afraid of getting a copyright strike because straight away you get a copyright notice the minute you play a second of this stuff, and you get demonetized. Not that I'm hugely monetized anyway. I'm not like it doesn't work that way, but. I don't know how much of it I'm going to be able to get away with actually playing. So let's give it a go, okay? All right, so I'll try to explain this as best I can. It goes up and down, so so often. It's really hard to kind of put it in towards what he's doing. But he's using a pick. I like a reasonably thick one, 1 mil, and something that'll won't flex too much. If you're not used to using a pick, well, it's a great excuse to get into it, isn't it? So we're going to start on the 4th fret of the E string. Now, excuse the click because I'm playing very close to this microphone. You can hear it. So I'm going to start on the 4th fret of the E string, and the octave, that's an A flat, and the octave of that note is on the D string at the 6th fret. So there's this crack going on the whole time. Like I said earlier, people are saying it's this other technique or it's with your fingers. I really think, on balance, I think it's with a pick, most likely. No. Could be that. Okay, but we're going to do it with a pick because that's how I do it. Right, so we're going to go 4th fret, octave. So that's your first phrase. All right. Turn this down a little bit. Okay, but there's this thing going the whole time. You see what I mean? And that creates the drive of this this bass part, it really drives along. So we're going to go, and that's the next part, is 2 back up on the high octave. So high, low, high, 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 right? And now we're going to go to the 4th fret on the D string. So 2 there, and then back to the 6th. Okay, so I'm going to play that slow, because to explain up and down, I'll lose my reason, and I'm just relying on your ear to tell you when to go up and down. And the only thing you have to worry about really is this extra note here, okay? That's it. Okay, that's actually it for most of it. Okay, and with this going the whole time. It's actually really hard to get right, particularly when you're trying to keep that going. You know, I actually think that he's not playing it all the time. Okay, that's that part. So one more time slow. Okay, the next part is handy enough. We're going to go 3rd fret on the A string with your index finger, 4th fret on the A string with your 2nd finger, and the 6th fret on the A string with your little finger. There you go. Stop. Okay. And the same thing again for the next part of this intro. Goes. But this part is different. Instead of going, this happens twice in the whole song. It happens at about 30 seconds. It happens again later on, but only once. But you'll hear both the bass and the drums accentuate this. So what that is 3rd fret on the A string, 4th fret on the A string, and the 4th fret on the E string. Right, so from the top, that intro section, when the drum fill comes in, it's actually a really tricky little part to play. The rest of it goes on like that, dum 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 dum, like that. Heaven watches over me. Okay, now we're going to go. The next part is where David Sylvian sings with Sheltered Lives. Sheltered lives when partially breathing. That's an interesting little part, and it's over a beat, and we'll do that now. Okay, so there's no way he's using his fingers on this bit. So again, with your pick for this section, we're gonna play the B, which is the 2nd fret of the A string, with our index finger, and with your 3rd finger or your ring finger, you're gonna play the 4th fret of the G. So okay, so I'll play what he's playing slow, because that might be enough for some of you. So over Sheltered Lives, it's okay, so that's what he's actually doing. Then he slides into the chorus, which we're going to do next. But to break it down, we're going to go that B octave I spoke about. So 1 on the low one, 2 on the high one, and back down. Now, do you hear the way the pick is kind of going the whole time? Right? Okay, so that's the first part. It says boom, da da, ducky, ducky, boom. at speed is. All right. So from the top, and we're going to go on the G string, with your index finger, you're going to go to 2nd fret to the 4th fret. Okay. The next part is the 2nd fret of the D string to the 4th fret of the D string. So it's, so you have to get the context. Right, so that's, and then back to the start. So okay, so that's that section is. There's an extra beat there, ignore that. And then we're going to do that whole thing kind of an octave down. So we're going to go on the B note again on the A string. All right, so that's so what that part is 1 and 2 and open E to the 2nd fret of the E string to the open A string. So B on the A string, open E, 2nd fret of the E, and open A. So from the top, that section is like this slow, right? And I know I keep harping on this, but that pick is going the whole time through it. All right, on to the chorus. Okay, when we do that bit, to get into the chorus, instead of going to the B, we're going to go to an F sharp, which is the 2nd fret of the E string. So it's like, okay, and then the next note is the octave of that, which is the, again, it's still the 4th fret on the D string. Okay, to the 2nd fret of the D string to the 1st fret of the D string. So to the 4th fret of the A string to the 2nd fret of the A string, and then back up to the 4th. So I'll show you what that is. It's like, okay, and you finish with an octave again. Boom, boom. It's like itchy ear. Okay, so here we go. That's a quick hammer on. So from the top. From the top again. And then back to this. So that's actually, it's like the thing he does earlier on. It's shorter there, it doesn't go back up, so it's... And then there's a quick slide up. Now watch the timing of the slide because it's really quick. So it goes... Rolling punches, to that other second. On to the second half of the chorus. We're back up to B, and it's very similar to the other section we did, except that there are some differences. So what we'll do is we'll play along, then I'll come back in and I'll tell you what he did. The first thing happens here is a big slide, right? After that slide, we're back to a B and an octave, okay? So the second fret on the A, fourth fret on the G. And back to the second fret on the G, to the fourth fret on the G, and back down to the second fret. And this is really tricky. We've got to get from there to the second fret on the D, So it's... Okay, that's what he's actually playing. So what that is slow is B on the octave, the second fret on the G, to the fourth fret on the G, back to the second fret. And your finger would want to go there to the fourth fret of the D, but it's not, it's the second fret of the D. And then back up to the fourth fret of the D. So, okay. So slow again. And then we're into this run over an E, which is very cool. Or whatever it is. Okay, let's do that bit and we'll move on. Okay, what's he doing there? Well, look, I don't know where he is. He could be here, but I don't think so. I think it might be down here. I think that's where it is. We've no video, so I don't know. So if you know, play it where you want, obviously, or where it's comfortable for you. So what we're going to do is, so it's over the raisin summer days and days of splendor bit. So it starts with an open E, open D, to the first fret on the D string. Yeah. Open D, first fret on the D string, second fret on the D string, open D string, to the second fret on the A string, to the open E again. So from the top, that's slow. And then he waits a little bit, and then it's open D, hammer on to the second fret of the D, to the open E. And that's the first time. Other times he does this. Right, hang on, still gonna play it properly. No. It's one of those things that to do with slow is sometimes harder. But this one is. Okay, so it's hammer on and open E, and then he does this again. So that section from the top is. And we're going to do this funky little bounce he does off the open strings up to the third fret on the E string for the G. So open E to the second fret for an F sharp on the E. Open E again to the third fret on the E string, which is a G. But it's that kind of speed. So it's cool, isn't it? And then he does more or less the same move, but in G. So we're going to go 3rd fret of the D string, 4th fret of the D string, 5th fret of the D string, to the 3rd fret again, to the 5th fret of the A string, to the 3rd fret of the E. So from the top it's right, so that bit from the top. This bouncy bit. This finger here is going to hit the 5th fret of the E string to the 2nd fret of the E string, and that brings it back into this. So from the top, sorry, hang on. The bouncy bit. Love never ending. And then there's a funky little thing happens. It's a quick A on the 5th fret to 4th fret then on the E string for the riff again. So it's and then the only bit we have left, that obviously look, there's little variances through the thing, and I don't want to go through all of them. This video is going to be long enough, right? The other bit is danger, what is it? Nature feeds this nausea. That's another little bit, right? I'm going to show you that next. On to the last unique bit. It's over nature feeds this nausea. So it's one of these things where there's not a lot in it, but it is actually tricky enough at the same time. So what he's actually playing fast is this. You're back into the verse. So what he's playing is, we're going to be in A flat, you're going to play, and it's an octave, so same as to the rest of the song. 4th fret on the E string with your index finger, and then the 6th fret on the D with either your 3rd or your pinky. It's 1, 2, and then some clicks, and then you're back on for the last one up here up at the top. So that's the bones of it, right? And then we're going to fall back to the 4th fret on the D, to the 6th fret on the A, and back to your root of the 4th fret on the E. So from the top, slow. And there's that run up. So just play that over the nature feeds. I'm sure I got that wrong. Hang on. No. Okay. Good luck. I hope that was useful to you. Sometimes what happens is I do these videos as a playthrough, and then I forget to do a lesson, or I don't think there's enough interest to do a lesson. And then someone will ask me 6 months down the line, will you do a lesson for pulling punches? And I've forgotten how to play it myself. So look, there it is. It could be the thumb with this. I don't know. I think it's this. Play it whatever way suits you. And thanks again for watching. All right, give us an L, subscribe. Like I say, I don't make any money off these. And if you have any requests, anything you'd like me to do, stick it in the comments below, or send me an email. My email address is always on the on the page there somewhere. All right, talk to you again. Take care.